Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a pretty good start to 2024. I unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's been going fine. I just hit a slight speed bump the other week. Took my car in for an MOT, and as I was leaving I hit a barrier, completely dented and scratched the side of my car. So I'm ignoring that problem by diving into my reading list for 2024. So the first book that I've read this year is Brandon Sanderson's Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. This is the second secret project that I've read, although it is the third one that came out. I think I missed the second one, which I think is the Frugal Wizard's Guide to Medieval England or something like that. I loved Tress. I thought it was a fantastic book, one of the best ones that I read last year. And I've heard a lot of people speak really highly of Yumi, so I wanted to pick it up, and my lovely other half bought it for me for Christmas, which I am eternally grateful for. So yeah, I'm just going to talk through my thoughts and feelings on this book today. And yeah, so I hope you guys stick around, and at the end of the video just let me know your thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so Yumi and the Nightmare Painter follows two main protagonists, Yumi and Painter, who is a nightmare painter. And essentially it's kind of like a body swap story, and when they swap bodies, they have to try and figure out what's wrong with each other's planets and how to fix it. And so they go through all of that. Painter is essentially a nightmare painter, so his world is covered in this shroud which is made up of people's nightmares. So it's his job to use art to repel and change these nightmares into something that's slightly more non-terrifying. And his character, he's quite, I'd liken him to sort of like a cliche moody teenager. Like, you know, I'd imagine him with like hair over one eye, and like he'd kind of like be very like kind of hunched and sort of thing. And Yumi, she's quite bubbly, she's very kind, very heartwarming, and is very, very much stuck in her ways at the beginning of the novel. So like I said, it's a body swap story, so something happens at the beginning of the book and then they start swapping bodies. Overall, it was an alright book. I enjoyed it. It didn't blow my socks off, but I did enjoy it. I mean, when I first started it, I wasn't initially blown away. I found some of the characters quite hard to swallow, especially like Leon. Like I thought she was an awful woman at the beginning of the book. I thought she was just horrible, condescending, just made me want to And I didn't really find Painter relatable or Yumi related. Like I just found them, I just wasn't connecting with them as I thought I would. So that was really interesting, because 9 times out of 10 when I read a Sanderson book, I get so engrossed in it. I get really, really pulled into the world. The characters I find always absolutely wonderful. But at the beginning of this book, something wasn't really connecting. But then as the story went on and you spend more time with the characters, you realise why Painter puts up this aloof sort of persona, why he wants to be a lone wolf, a lone dog as it were. I should never say that. I should never do that again, lone dog. Yeah, so I really liked how like Painter and Yumi like sort of helped each other. I like the fact that Yumi helped Painter believe in himself a little bit more, to help him confront those horrible things that were in his past and that he regrets so much. And I love the fact that Painter helped Yumi believe that there was more to life than the roles that are given to us. That there's more out there to explore than what we are set on a path to do. So I really liked that, and I thought their relationship by the end was it was adorable. Like, the pair of them together were just so cute. And by the end, and especially in the end scenes, I was very, very close to tears, which it takes quite a lot for me to cry in a book, but I was nearly there. So yeah, I really liked the characters' relationship by the end. One of the things that did really interest me though was the worlds. So on one hand, Painter's world is cold, is dark, it's covered in the shroud. The only sort of pops of colour are the blue and the magenta from the Heon lines. And then juxtaposed to that, you have Yumi's planet, which is sort of glazed in red. It's, what is happening? Thank you. It's glazed in red. There's floating plants. It's really warm. Like, it's essentially the complete opposite of Painter's world. And what I found really interesting is that their worlds kind of reflect them as characters. Like, Yumi's warm, welcoming, a little bit stubborn, a little bit prickly on certain things. And Painter's world, it's cold, it's dark, it's very isolated, a little bit like him. And then when they start to confront the problems in their own lives, that's kind of when you see their worlds start to slowly sort of like, okay, Yumi's world is slowly starting to reveal truths that she didn't know before. And Painter is beginning to realise things about his world that he didn't know before. So as they confront themselves, the worlds are starting to confront, or are starting to reveal things themselves, which I thought was quite a nice sort of mirroring almost of how the character's journey through the book. I thought that was really good. Yeah, and overall I think the messaging in the book, I think, was really lovely. The whole that essentially art and beauty are in the eye of the beholder. What we consider as art is completely different to what someone else considers art, you know. And I find that really, I thought it was just a lovely message to present. I think Branson writes a line which I thought was absolutely fantastic. He writes a line towards the beginning of the novel, the fact that people get to decide what is beautiful. I really like that. I thought that was a really, really beautiful line. And it goes on to say, we absolutely get to decide what is art. And then that's on page 22 at the start, and I thought that was a fantastic line. I thought it was really beautiful. And it's just, yeah. So overall, I thought it was a really good book. It's solidly good. Not amazing, not fantastic, not the best thing that I've read, but it was a solid entry from Sanderson. And I think one of the other things that I really loved about this book is that the actual cover doesn't follow any of Sanderson's other works. So usually, like, you can tell a Sanderson book when it's on a shelf, it usually has like that white cover with sort of like grey features and a sort of colourful accent. Like on Tress it was green, on Mistborn it's blue, on Warbringer it's like pink, yellow and something else, on the Stormlight Archive it's red. But what I really liked about Yumi and the Nightmare Painter is that it's a completely different cover than anything I think I've seen of his works before. So what's really great about it is the actual front cover. It's like, it's very artistic, which, you know, obviously it's called The Nightmare Painter. You'd expect it to be slightly artistic in nature. But what's really great about this is that this is actually designed by a person who designed the cover of Wesley Chu's Art of Prophecy. And I love that fact. I'll put the artist's name on the screen because I've completely forgotten it. But I really, if you hold them up next to each other, which I'm just gonna do. So you can really tell the sort of the artistic similarities, and I think they're just beautiful. They follow sort of a certain artistic style, and I think that's fantastic. And I think she also did a version of Six Crimson Cranes as well. So there's quite a few fantasy books that she's done, like the artist has done now, and I think that in itself is beautiful. And it's just, yeah, I just wanted to highlight how gorgeous these books are. And I love the fact that they went a little bit more gung-ho on the art, on the cover art on this. So if you've read this book, let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comments. Did you like this book? Is it one of Sanderson's better secret projects? From booktubers that I follow and my own personal opinion, I think this is one of the better ones. I don't think it was good as Trask, but it was definitely potentially, from what I can gather, better than Secret Project 2. I do have The Sunlit Man coming in March. It was supposed to come out in January, but I think the publishing date got pushed back. So hopefully I'll be able to pick that up sometime later on in the year. But yeah, if you like this video, if you enjoyed listening to my rambles, then please like this video. And if you want to listen to anything else I have to say about books, then hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video from me. Yeah, so that's all from me today, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.